Okay, before we move on to section 3, we forgot a few items. The first thing is this logo, and there is a background on this image right here, so or on the form, so we wanted to take care of that. So let's jump right in and take care of those things. So we're going to go into this form. There's a couple different ways you can get to it. Obviously, you can back right out, or you can go into edit form over here on the right hand side. I've clicked on the form, and that will show up right there. As it pulls up, we want to add a logo to it. So we're going to click on the form, and over on the right hand side you have styles and options. Click on that, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're going to go to header image, and we're going to pull up those logos right there. We're going to make sure we pull the PNG file, so we're going to go to details, and we want the PNG. There you go. And then the second option that we want to do is we want to make this transparent so that the logo or the stuff can show up between it. So let's go to options here. And here's the background. And you'll notice there's two sliders. We have a color slider here, and then we've got the transparency slider underneath. And if you scroll the transparency slider all the way to the left, you'll be able to see how that works, right? So let me make sure that I'm in the right area. Form name on submit. Oh, we want the styles, and we want the background. There we go. And we want this transparency slider. So you'll see this. And now that transparency has gone transparent. So now we should be able to see that item below there. And we're going to save that. And let's go back to here, and we're going to refresh this page. And there we go. And let's take a look at that there you go. That's much better. Okay. Not sure if I love the transparency, but if you wanted to get in there and make it a little bit lighter, just to set it off of that background a little bit, you could get in there and play around with that. You would highlight this again. Not sure if I love the logo up there either. There's better ways of doing a logo. Let's take all that off and do it again, because I don't like it. And sometimes this is just a matter of playing around with things. So we're going to go back here. We're going to take off that logo. I think the logo is a little bit too overwhelming. I'm going to just hit the trash here. And then I think the background color is a little bit too transparent. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to just increase that to about 75-80% there. I think that'll be a lot better. Okay, that's done saving. We're going to go here. We're going to click save and refresh. Yeah, that's much better. Now, I do still want a logo here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go to my images. I'm going to drag an image over. And instead of putting the logo on the form, I'm just going to have it above the form. We're going to add that logo again. And this way you'll have a little bit more control over it. Again, I want that PNG file, which is this one, with the transparent background. And then I'm going to change the size a little bit. Let's change it to a 300 pixel. 200, 250, probably better. Yeah, it's 250 looks better. Let's save that. And let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, much better. So pops it off the page a little bit, distinguishes it from the background. We've got this image over here. Now, in your thumbnail for your video, this is all red and orange. You may want to, it's not that bad because we're red, white, and blue, but you may want to incorporate some blues in there. He is wearing a blue suit, red tie. I would try and figure out a way to get rid of this orange. You're just incorporating a second color, right? or a tertiary color. So try and avoid that if you can. Just minor nitpicky little things, but that's fine. Okay? So let's go back to here. And in the next video, we'll handle section 3.